He's heading into the driveway. Temperature's dropping fast, folks. He opens the hood and, oh no, the battery's on thin ice.
Yeah, that's a tough break, Tim. I mean, you can't expect to compete and win with weak parts in your game like that.
But wait, he's made a clutch move. He's gone to Napa Auto Parts for the win. They've got batteries, winter-grade oils, antifreeze, and wiper blades built for cold Alberta conditions.
That's a championship play, Tim.
With over 85 Alberta locations, visit your local Napa store today or shop online at napacanada.com. That's Napa know-how.
You haven't set your lineup yet, right? It's Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
.11:01, good morning. Thank you for tuning into Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick with you here from the Sports 1440 studios, conveniently located in West Edmonton Mall. Hope you're all having a great Friday so far. Lots to get to on this show. Oilers victorious last night over the Winnipeg Jets. For the 11th straight game, lose by 2 goals or less. They just continue to find ways to not win hockey games out in Winnipeg for a team that was so good last year. And then this year started off pretty good. Just hasn't been good enough for the Oilers. They got a little sign of life. Trent Frederick dropping the mitts. A little bit of a turtle. Threw a good punch. Maybe a little spark for the Oilers. And they found a way to get back into that one. Connor McDavid with a beauty. Of course, you had Zach Hyman. Quick and fast shot. And then Evan Bouchard with a game-winning goal. We'll talk about that. We've got some NFL playoffs, of course, getting going on Saturday. College football last night. The Miami Hurricanes getting the job done over Ole Miss. Carson Beck when it mattered. Making plays. 2-time national champion. Looking to make it 3. He'll take on, with the Hurricanes, either the Ducks or the Indiana Hoosiers. The text line is 1-833-441-1440. The show brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Only available in Leduc. We bring in Brandon Douglas, co-host. Duke, what's going on? How did the Critters game go for you guys last night? Did you win again?
We did. The Critters run the New Sarepta All-Stars essentially out of their own building, despite the fact I think they scored 3 goals with their goalie pulled in the final couple minutes. Not enough as we skate home with a victory. Yeah, it was a great game, great night. Over $5,500 raised was the soft total we got. They were thinking they weren't even done counting yet by the time we left. So that's great for the Egg Society down there in New Sarepta. Eddie Steele making his debut for the Critters. And all night, like no joke, from the moment we got on the bus, Eddie was just the source of laughter and jokes. It was such a great dish. We had a lot of fun. Then we almost left him behind because he got lost inside the New Sarepta arena looking for the bus. After
Is that common?
I don't think so. Although we did have someone we were talking about this morning, someone did text in and say it's kind of a little confusing. Lots of hallways because it almost like the arena has its lobby, but then you go through a secondary part of the building, which then goes into like a gymnasium, which is where we were having the post-game meal. The texter said, hey, it can be a little confusing, but we managed to get Eddie back on the bus, last man on, trek home, watch the first period of the Oilers game on the bus.
Okay.
Obviously after the fact, right? The game was concluded by the time we got off the ice, and then finished watching it once I got home from the comfort of my bed to make sure, prepared for this morning's show. But yeah, great night, New Sarepta. Good win for the Oilers. Wasn't the most exciting game at times, particularly through the second period. But they really came to life in the third, and things are looking pretty dire for the Winnipeg Jets right now.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Like, you're up 3-1, and I just wonder when McDavid scores that goal late in the second period, does the doubt creep into the mind of the Winnipeg Jets? Like, okay,
I think it would have to.
Here we go again. 20 minutes, and for the Edmonton Oilers, full credit, pouncing on them, finding a way to get the job done, finding a way to close it out. I will say, like, for a guy who's drawn a lot of complaints, Trent Frederick going up against Logan Stanley, down 3-1. I don't know why Stanley takes that fight. I'd be saying, swing away, buddy. Like, I don't need to do this. Maybe just a little bit of a spark. I don't know, but good to see him do that. It's funny when you look at the guys he fights, Duke. It's like toughest guys or the biggest guys. That's it.
Yeah, he's not setting himself up for much success. And it was actually quite the topic of conversation between Eddie and Kevin. This morning we chatted about with Walker and Speck as a guest on the show. Like, in hockey, winning the fight is not important. It really isn't. Now, if you do win a fight in like this, where you're trying to provide a spark, can it have a little extra jam? Sure. But it's more so just the gall, the cojones, the stones, whatever, to go up against a Matthew Olivier, a Logan Stanley as the two prominent examples for Frederick. Like, you're probably not going to win that fight just because you're outmatched by class, a fighter of size, whatever you want to put it. But the team, and Speck said it so well. He's like, even if you're fabricating confidence for the player as teammates, been like, way to go, Trent. Way to step up for McDavid after Stanley took a run at him. Whatever. For a guy that is so lacking in that category right now, that being confidence, a play like that, the team gets the win as a result. You have to think he's feeling a little bit better about himself. And now the Oilers with a chance to once again win 3 games for the first time this season tomorrow night for Hockey Night in Canada.
Yeah. I mean, I think Gregor had it as they and the St. Louis Blues, the only teams this year not to win 3 straight games. Crazy that the Edmonton Oilers, fighting for the top spot in their division, with that being the case. Another kind of interesting thing I saw last night, Duke, when you look at the Vegas Golden Knights, another team right there in the mix. When it comes to regulation wins, they only have 1 more than the Calgary Flames. Did you know that?
I did, actually, because people like to text that in.
Oh, okay. So that is a kind of a common thing then. They are tied for top spot, 2 games in hand of the Edmonton Oilers, both with 50 points. 19 regulation wins. The Calgary Flames have 18. But that loser point, overtime losses, Vegas has 12. LA Kings have 10. They're in the conversation, but those 2 teams kind of running away with that one. The Pittsburgh Penguins at 9. Oilers taking on those LA Kings tomorrow night. Should be an interesting game. We'll have pregame coverage for you from 7 to 8 with Donovan Paulson, Andrew Walker, and Landon Ferraro. Now, did you get a chance to watch any football last night, Duke?
Just the highlight pack. And listen, the college football playoff YouTube page is it's a 22-minute kind of game recap version. So I watched that after I finished the Oilers game last night, as I was very much desiring sleep.
Yeah.
And then read a few pieces on it this morning to kind of get a feel. I mean, you said it well, like Carson Beck when it mattered, right? Leading that drive and then running the game-winning score in himself. I mean, Trinidad Chambliss was incredible. Just an electric factory, as we kind of expected. And you and I touched on it yesterday, right? We thought this would be an exciting game. Back and forth affair, and it was. Several lead changes in the fourth quarter. It lived up to the hype. And Ole Miss, great run. The motivation from Lane Kiffin leaving him in their dust, despite the fact he gets paid for each win they had after the fact. Miami gets to play for a national championship on home turf. I believe the first time that's ever happened in the college football playoff era of, having a national championship game. So very cool, and just gets me even more excited to watch tonight's game in its entirety.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good game, a little bit of a back and forth there, and the Miami Hurricanes, like the rise that they've had, and this is only going to boost it for sure with, I guess, recruits and getting the new class in there. But Mark Fletcher Jr., 133 yards. He was great on the ground. Malachi Toney, this kid, he graduated high school early. He was 17 when the season started. He's 18 now. 5 catches, 81 yards, had the big touchdown. Also, like, one of the craziest catches, I don't think they counted it, but because his foot was close. He looks like he's going to be an absolute talent for sure. When you look at Carson Beck, though, like a guy who's a winner, where do you think his football future is, Duke? Like, do you think he late round pick, bring him in to see what he can do? Because he's not getting the hype that others have had.
No.
But I mean, he's a winner. He ran the touchdown in, like, a lot of his balls, a lot of rainbows, a lot of arc on the football he throws in the NFL. Those don't always come down by your team. But I'm interested to see what his future might hold, because I think a team will take a shot at him.
I think that someone will take a flyer on him, but if I'm being maybe a little too pessimistic, and the comparison is easy because of the Georgia connection, I think he's kind of like a Stetson Bennett type. Now, do I think he's better than Stetson Bennett? Yes. But do I think he's an NFL quarterback? That I'm not so sold on from watching him both at Georgia and now this season with Miami, which has been great, right? He's managed the games very well. But I don't know if the total skill set is there. Team take a flyer on him, bring him into camp, probably a third string practice roster guy. Who knows? I think if he could find a way to become a backup quarterback in the NFL, that would be really good for him.
Which Stetson Bennett is, right? Backup with the Rams, third string.
Third string, yeah.
Behind Jimmy G. And, of course, Matthew Stafford. Hey, hang around as long as you can. But
get those paychecks.
Who do you like tonight? Do you like the Hoosiers or are you going with the Ducks?
My brain tells me Indiana, but my heart tells me that Oregon can win this football game.
I'm with you.
I love Dante Moore. I respect the hell out of Fernando Mendoza. He's a Heisman-winning quarterback. He's corny as hell and all this stuff. That's great. He's an excellent quarterback. Very good. But I just like I've got this feeling for Oregon to win this game and head down to Miami to play the Hurricanes.
That'd be a fun one. Duke, we also have a $50 gift card to First Round to give away today, which I'm assuming you guys didn't do on Monday or Tuesday?
No, we saved it for you. We knew how much you love doing it.
I mean, I do love doing it. I'm going to, because trivia can be tough because not everybody has a good answer. And, sometimes you're listening on delay. So I'm going to do a very simple one.
Okay.
What's your favorite number? Text us to 1-833-401-1440.
Like phone number?
Just digit. Like, what did you wear when you played sports? No, like any number.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you could say 420, 69.
Blaze it.
You could be that guy or girl.
What if I wanted to say 6'7"? Because Ricardo Raquel's my favorite player.
Big Pacioretty guy?
Love Pacioretty.
Oh, man. I got a couple of young nephews that loves...
Hey, was that all over the place in Jasper this weekend or what?
High five in heaven, 6'7". Yeah. Very fun.
Oh, goodness.
What number growing up? What was your favorite number for sports?
I wore 17 pretty much my entire minor hockey career. I think my entire minor hockey career sans my first year midget. And I wear that playing for the Tropics now. Now for the Critters, I'm on a string of 3 straight games wearing the same jersey number, which is a first in my 2.5 years of playing for the Critters. I've worn a different jersey essentially every game, but now I'm number 8 for the Crits. I don't have a ton of attachment. Like I'm not one of those guys who's like, oh, I have to have 17.
Yeah. Why 17?
This is really uninspired. My older sister who played hockey, she wore number 16. And back in that day, the name bars, you stitched them on each year, right? And it was the parents' responsibility to stitch them on for the jerseys. And in my mom's mind, because my sister's 3 years older than me, she would be finishing one level of hockey as I entered it. And at each level, the jerseys stay with that team, right? From novice, Adam, Pee-wee, Bantam, and midget. I don't actually even think that's how it would have worked out, but she wanted me to wear 16 so she wouldn't have to change the jersey bars each year. I would just take my sister's jersey, essentially.
Yeah.
Another kid wanted 16. He took it, so I just took the next closest one.
17, and then just kept it.
I just kept it.
Yeah, I never really cared about numbers. Like 9, 10, I always thought were good. High school football, I wanted like an 80s number as a receiver, but they gave me number 2. Then randomly playing soccer, like in La Pearl, gave us this weird set one summer. I was number 51. Andre Kovalenko. I was like, oh, this is
Kovalenko.
Cool. Yeah, like 51. That's what I'm wearing. Yeah, for me, I'm kind of like, it was just like, whatever number they have is great. 38 eventually was one point. I like that number as well. Let us know. 1-833-401-1440. What is your favorite number? It can be related to sports or not. And if so, tell us why. Who was the reason? Because I would say like 21 for LT was cool for me. Michael Owen in soccer. Vince Carter with 15 was always a good one. So, yeah, lots of good numbers out there. 17 for that's like in hockey. Curry. There's got to be more, but he's the one that comes to mind.
It definitely isn't like it's not 19.
No,
or 9, or take your pick of any other iconic numbers that have a whole trail of iconic players that go with them. And like my favorite player was Scott Niedermayer, right?
Yeah.
Who wore 27. So that wasn't a common number to have in minor hockey, right? Usually it was like you just had 1 through 20. Those were the jerseys you could pick from. maybe a goalie jersey for 31. But besides that, so I always liked 27, but never really got a chance to wear it. And then one year we got new jerseys for our men's fastball team. And same thing. I was like a younger kid joining. All the regular numbers were taken already. So I literally made it. I was like, I'm just going to take a training camp number. So I think I picked 47. Actually, it might have been, now that I think about it, it might actually have been 67.
67.
I was between 47 and 67, who were kind of the training camp numbers for Hampus Lindholm and Ricard Raquel, obviously with the Ducks. Numbers that they've stuck with for most of their careers.
I mean, hey, 17 is pretty good. Shohei Ohtani, Devontae Adams, Phillip Rivers, if you like him.
I used to.
Sakura, or MTR says that.
Peter Sakura?
Yeah.
Legend. Ducks legend.
Ducks legend. Oilers legend.
Tons of teams legend.
Was he 71 in Edmonton? Was he in Edmonton?
I definitely think he was in Edmonton. 71 could be right.
Good player.
Guy could score.
Would you call him a suitcase?
Well, listen, there's a lot of guys that played for more teams than Peter Sakura did. But he's got quite a few.
Devils, Ducks, Rangers, Oilers, Penguins, Wild, Devils again.
What are we talking? So what are we talking? 6 different teams and won twice?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that qualifies.
Good player, though. Good player nonetheless.
Well, how many career goals do you have?
I'll tell you in a sec here. He had 323.
Pretty good.
Yeah, with the Devils, he had a good run of it, 25 to 35 goals per year. Came to the Oilers at 22. With your Ducks in 2 seasons at 23 and then 7, but was traded midway through 1 year. Had the lockout year in there as well, where he went to Russia, scored 18 goals. So, yeah, 721 points in just over 1,000 games. Not too shabby at all, I would say. Darren says number 8 since House League hockey, all through baseball and slow pitch. I'm now 61 years old. 8's a good number. Bird says Doug Waite was my idol, number 39.
And that's a unique one, right? It's not a number that you see players wear very often, at least not in hockey.
Yes, Pugliarvi had that like as his rookie number.
A lot of goalies wore 39.
39, it's a good... in Edmonton, I think a lot of people would say great
number.
Oh,
for sure.
Scrolling through, I won't get everyone's names, but 17, 7, 42, 23, 8, 18 from Lance. He was a goalie. They didn't like him wearing that number. It was frustrating as a kid. Yeah, kind of a taboo for a goalie. I always liked Mikko Koskinen wearing 19.
Yeah, crazy. That's a psychopath type move. But I respect the hell out of it.
Because like 19 should be, to me,
that's Joe Sakic. That's Steve Yzerman.
That's top line center territory. Like that. It's such a good number for your starting goalie or backup goalie to wear it. It's wild. Number 1, like Warren Moon. First time texter just says 1111 is my favorite number. All right.
Is that something in binary?
Well,
does it mean something?
He's in the conversation to win a $50 gift card. CH, yes, Sakura 71, the only Oilers jersey I have. There you go. Even in my cold medicine-induced state, Duke, I can remember random Oilers numbers.
Way to go.
We're getting through it. 15 in hockey. My grandpa wore it winning gold with the Edmonton Mercury from Stephen Wetaskiwin. Oh, that's really cool. 15's a great number. For me, I'm always going to think Vince Carter when I see 15, but Lad McConkey. I don't even know who else there is really wearing 15. There has to be a bunch of great ones.
Did you have the book? And this was when I was in high school. I think it came out.
Patrick Mahomes
by the numbers.
Jokic.
And it was it ranked the top 10 players to wear each number in NHL history.
Oh, really?
From 1 through 99. And some numbers, there weren't 10 guys that ever wore it, and there were a single player ever wore it, including 69. I think maybe 3 guys ever wore that in an NHL game. But yeah, it was a really cool book. Great read. And some numbers were a little more stacked. The honorable mentions would have cleaned up any other numbers top 10 very easily. But yeah, that was I remember that. I don't think I have it anymore, but great book.
That should be a summer topic for us. Greatest athletes to wear each number. And then we just go day 1 of summer or day 0. Greatest athletes to wear.
What about double 0?
Oh. Jim Otto. Do you got any other ones?
There's been quite a few goalies wear double 0.
How about numbers single 0? Gilbert Arenas, Agent O.
There's more single zero because quite a few basketball players have worn it.
Maybe we'll have to do that.
And football players can wear 0 too, right?
Yeah, I don't like it, but a lot of guys are doing it. Dayon Henley for the Chargers. I can't think of any more. There's got to be more out there, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's growing. We'll take a break here. When we come back, how about we do some mid-season NHL award predictions? Duke, you ready for this?
No.
Well, we're going to do it anyways. It's Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. Happy New Year. I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you. Thank you for everything in 2025. With your help and your support, we fed almost 500 families. We donated to various charities in the Edmonton area, and we're going to do it again in 2026. Please stop in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
New Year's resolutions. We all make them. We all say we're going to start eating healthier or going to the gym or starting that new hobby. But at GS Construction, we actually follow through on our New Year's resolution because it's the same every year. We promise to set the groundwork, literally, for another year of progress and growth. And we've stuck by that resolution since 1974. So start that all-you-can-eat diet. GS Construction is going to start planning right now for the year ahead. For more on what we do, visit gsconstruction.ca.
When picking a New Year's resolution, try to avoid things you have no influence over.
Like bringing home the cup? That would be awesome.
But completely outside your control. Instead, pick something you can control, like bringing home some Wilhauk beef jerky.
That would also be awesome. But what if we brought the cup home to Canada and it was filled with Wilhauk beef jerky?
Okay, I'll allow it.
Wilhauk beef jerky, only available in Leduc. Get yours today because you don't win cups with salad.
At Fountain Tire, success is a team effort. They're committed to their team members and their customers. And that means treating your vehicle like it's their own and finding solutions that suit your needs. Because whatever the road brings ahead, they're on it with you. Visit fountaintire.com today.
Do you work for a company that wants to reach people who love sports? Or maybe you're looking to hire people who love sports. Sports 1440 partners with dozens of local businesses, connecting with tens of thousands of Edmonton sports fans every day. On the radio, on the listening apps, on YouTube, and on social media. Contact our sales team today to see what Sports 1440 can do for you. Email Gregor at sports1440.ca to get started.
The longest running basketball show in Canada airs every Saturday morning at 10 on Sports 1440. Hoop City with Paul Sir introduces a new generation of basketball talk, and it's right here on Edmonton's home for sports, Sports 1440. From the local rinks to homes and businesses across the province, Alberta's rural natural gas utilities are here to fuel life affordably, reliably, and safely. We're members of the Federation of Alberta Gas Co-ops, providing natural gas to keep our rural neighborhoods warm and connected every day. It's local, dependable, and it's ours. To learn more about the Federation of Alberta Gas Co-ops and our members, and how natural gas fuels your community, visit fedgas.com. Alberta's energy. Game on.
If I want a dream home, I'd build a secret cookie room with a password. The password is cookies.
The Big Brothers Big Sisters Dream Home Lottery is back. When you buy a ticket, you help youth access safe spaces, healthy relationships, and programs that build confidence and leadership. This year, choose your grand prize, a $1.1 million dream home or $1 million cash. Get your ticket today at bigbrothersdreamhome.org. Lottery license number 745563 and 745562. Tickets sold only within Alberta.
Get the inside scoop for your team on Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick with you here. Text lines 1-833-401-1440. Again, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky. This segment for elksnation.ca. 2 weekly podcasts with Eddie Steele and Declan Kruger breaking down the green and gold, Linked on their latest episode, JC Sherritt, Elks defensive coordinator, swung by. Check that out wherever you get your podcast from or on YouTube and read the articles at elksnation.ca. A lot of good numbers rolling in here. Lance says last NHL player to wear 00 was Marty Baron. Colby says number 5. I was a big Tom Pody kid. Man, I thought fans were rough on Tom Pody. I didn't think he was that bad. Went on to be a pretty good NHLer. Dave Q says a summer topic for Fantasy Frenzy is baseball. Yeah, well, I mean, we'll do it for sure. We always used to talk about how like summer was kind of difficult in sports radio because not a lot goes on, but this year should be fun with the Jays. We get into our NFL previews earlier than ever because NFL is so massive. There's always NHL stuff going on. World Cup this year. It's going to be huge. Huge. Duke, you going to cheer for Canada or are you going to find another country to cheer for?
Why wouldn't I root for Canada?
I mean, like, why wouldn't you cheer for an Alberta hockey team? I don't know. You in Anaheim.
Fair question.
Maybe
yeah, but that's different. Every player on the Canadian team is Canadian.
That's true. That's true. Are you fired up for it?
Fired up, I wouldn't go as far, but I definitely am excited for it to see like Canada. This is a team as good as they've ever fielded, right? Like in terms of competitiveness at the tournament, they got an interesting draw from that absolute debacle of an event that we saw. What are we talking, a month ago or so? Or it took them 2 hours to pull the first ball out. Yeah, I'm excited. Now, would I be a little bit more excited if Edmonton had ended up as one of the host cities and the chance to go to a game in person? Definitely. But I totally understand why all that did not work out, and I don't disagree with the choices to not, acquiesce to FIFA and whatnot. So I'll happily watch on TV. Root for the Canadians in their games. Probably check out some of the other big marquee matchups over the course of the summer as well. And then, kind of hopefully try and learn a little bit more about soccer in the process because it's something I'm still very, very green on.
I will say I do like that having the event in North America, all these
time zones.
Well, time zones are great, but the facilities are built too. Like they're ready to host.
This isn't a Qatar repeat.
Well, and then even, the Olympics with the Olympic hockey rink. It's a fiasco, but it's going to be a great event. 2026 in sports, hockey, World Cup, Olympics. Yeah, it's going to be a good old time. MTR texting in just saying Trent Williams playing this weekend. Changes a lot in the run game for the Niners. Man, we're getting absolutely spoiled this weekend. Like last night's game in college football tonight, Indiana, Oregon. Then the playoffs getting going tomorrow, Sunday, Monday night even. Good times. Looking forward to it. Now, we did kind of touch on it about NHL awards. To be totally, to break down the fourth wall. Josh Fenwick had said, we got to do a video on our midseason awards. And I thought that meant on air. But it's looking more like that could have been just done at the bar. But anyways, I kind of prepped for it. So,
wow, this guy's doing show prep.
Well, yeah, I mean, hey, not that much. But a little bit.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't try too hard at my job.
Yeah, I brought up the betting odds so I could have a bit of a look at it
right
here. So, Duke, if we were looking at the midseason awards for the Hart Trophy, the MVP, Nathan McKinnon, the odds-on favorite, but Macklin Celebrating, Connor McDavid, I would say making pretty good runs at it. Who would you have as your midseason MVP?
I want to say Macklin Celebrini for what he's doing down in San Jose. Like the difference between him and the next highest scorer on the team is like 37 points. It's Alex Wenberg. And even some of his, like Will Smith missed time with injury. Some of the other players that are good supporting pieces are a little inconsistent. And he is just like night in and night out, essentially gives that team a chance to win. So I want to, but I still think at this point, if the awards were voted on today, it is still Nate McKinnon's to have.
I, like you, would go with Nathan McKinnon. I think you can make an argument for all three of these players. Connor McDavid, just look at the correlation between when he's been ramping up his game
and the Oilers' success.
And the Oilers' wins. Like, they got back into it when he started to play his game, and everyone can see that. He is so valuable to this team, even though they've built a good group around him. But what Nathan McKinnon has done, the Avalanche have lost 4 games in regulation.
And 2 of them were back-to-back this week.
Like, it's unbelievable what they've done, and he's spearheaded it all. So, yeah, for me, Nathan McKinnon would be the MVP. Let's take a look at the Calder Trophy. To me, this one is kind of easy at this point. Matthew Schaefer with the New York Islanders. He's been unbelievable.
Yeah. Really impressive. And they're like, as an 18-year-old defenseman to do what he's done in this league. You've brought it up before, Connor. It kind of made its rounds, especially approaching the World Juniors, like what some of the other league's best defensemen were doing at the time they were the same age as Matthew Schaefer is currently or was earlier in the season. It's like Cale Makar still playing in Brooks.
Yeah.
Other guys maybe in the first year of college hockey or cutting their teeth as a prominent defenseman on their respective junior team, right? And this is a guy that is looking so comfortable at the NHL level, absolutely garnered consideration for Canada's Olympic team, and in my opinion, should have made it. So I think this is about as runaway as it gets. I mean, like a guy like Jesper Wallstedt and what he's done certainly deserves some consideration. Askarov in San Jose, if we're sticking in the goalie camp. And then there's plenty of other good options, right? Like Demidov in Montreal, my boy Beckett Seneca down in Anaheim. A lot of good rookies this year, but this is Schaefer's by a pretty wide margin.
Yeah.
Guys.
Some years it's like there's not maybe that runaway, and those guys would be right in that category. But with what he's been able to do, I don't think it's even close. And we'll see. Things can change.
Of course, still half the season left, right?
Lots to be played, but right now, yeah, Schaefer's been unbelievable. How about the Vezina for the best goaltender of the year?
This one's a little trickier. Some of the league's best goalies are doing it kind of in timeshare work and split duty. It's almost kind of feels like a bit of a cop-out answer, but I'm gonna retreat back to a guy that I once said I think would be the best goalie to ever play the sport, and that's Andre Vasilevsky down in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, he's been really good this year. When you look it up right now, actually, he's fourth in odds to win it all. Sorokin, Logan Thompson, Scott Wedgwood right now, just ahead of him. What Wedgwood's been able to do, a record of 19-3-4, a 209 save percentage, goals against average. He's been fantastic, 917 save. The Colorado Avalanche goaltending duo has been,
and I almost wonder if do they kind of pull from each other's voting base a little bit as a result.
I think so. I think that would be fair. But hard for me to disagree. I'll roll with one of the goaltenders for the Colorado Avalanche, and I will say it goes to Scott Wedgwood. Although right now we're picking guys who aren't exactly the odds-on favorites. How about the Norris Trophy, Defenseman of the Year?
This is another one that's not really close. There's like Werenski's having a great year. Lane Hudson, Quinn Hughes, he's done a lot to improve Minnesota since landing there. But Cale Makar, like the Avalanche are so good. How can you talk about you're picking the goalies? We both pick McKinnon as the MVP. Now here I am with Makar. I think this is another one that's not super close in my eyes.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at just how good they've been, you could have the best forward, the best defenseman, the best goalie in hockey with the Colorado Avalanche. And there'd be a fair debate, but it's in the conversation just with how good they have been. So Cale Makar, it maybe not the best debate for radio, but I think he's kind of running away with this one. You had Werenski and Hughes, Hudson in there. I think it's okay to mention their names, but Cale Makar for me is probably the runaway with that one. How about Art Ross? If we're talking points, got to be a two-horse race here. Honorable mention to Celebrini. Kucherov picking up his game, but I don't see anyone catching McDavid or McKinnon.
And if things keep going the way they kind of are, like McKinnon had such a big lead, I wouldn't at all be surprised if McDavid end up winning this by a pretty decent margin, right? Like, and he's obviously on a 17-game point streak right now. The numbers he's put up in the past month plus are staggering over that same stretch and even a little bit prior. So, yeah, it's obviously a two-horse race. This is an award that is black and white, straightforward. The crazy thing is and I'm sure you're going to maybe mention this next in the goal category, which actually does serve as a tiebreaker in the Art Ross award should they finish with the same total points. McDavid has closed that gap with the torrid rate he's been at lately. An obvious focus on shooting the puck more, and I thought we even still saw that last night outside of the goal he scored, which was another beauty.
Yeah, right now Nathan McKinnon has 78, Connor McDavid at 77, McKinnon with a game in hand, and then maybe the outside chance for Macklin Celebrini. He's 10 points back of Connor McDavid, but yeah, I'll go with McDavid just because of how much he's ramped it up as of late, and assuming that's going to continue, but two-horse race there for sure. Now, we're looking at the coaches, Duke. Who do you think has been the best coach this year? I feel like in the past, this has been like a most surprising coach. Like who we didn't see this coming. This coach is great, rather than maybe the best coach. If I may say, I don't know how Jared Bednar does not win it this year with what they've done so far.
I think there's going to be some of the familiar names in the mix, like the Hurricanes and John Cooper, like Rod Brindamore with the Hurricanes, John Cooper with the Lightning, kind of their respective teams being, Tampa's not leading the conference in points. Carolina is, but they both kind of seem like maybe the best teams out east. But you talk about Bednar, like, my goodness, he's done a masterful job. We're just gushing over the Avalanche, but rightfully so. Their lead in the standings is still at 11 points over the second place Dallas Stars, which, we expected the Stars to be good, right? 3 straight Western Conference final appearances in the playoffs, but this is a first-year guy taken back over behind the bench after leaving here in Edmonton. So you're feeling good for him. And who knows if the Stars can turn things on in the second half and make that a little bit closer. Maybe he garners a little consideration.
Just like had some other teams continued what they were doing. Like if the Ducks hadn't fallen off, I think Joel Quenneville would be in the mix. If the Buffalo Sabres can continue what they've done as of late, I think Lindy Ruff could get his way into contention. But I think you can't just 4 regulation losses in half the season. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, the Avs are going to have a lot of players at the Olympics. Maybe some fatigue kicks in there, and maybe there's a bit of a drop-off. But they've been so dang good this year. I would go with Jared Bednar. Even though he's got a lot of talent, you have to be doing the proper things to manage it. And he's pushed all the right buttons so far this year. There you go. There's our awards prediction midway through the NHL season. We'll take a break here. When we come back, more text 1-833-401-1440. We'll also let you know what's coming up on the Lowdown Flow Tide and the Jason Gregor Show. This is Fantasy Frenzy on Sports 1440, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and Twitch, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky.
I'm Colin Livingston, president of Cantork. Cantork has always been a forward-thinking company, but now that we've turned 25, I can't help but take a minute to take a look back. Thank you to everyone that's been with us along the way.
A pizza from Papa John's is already pretty great, but you know what's even better? 2 pizzas from Papa John's. For a limited time, get a medium 1-topping pizza for only $6 when you order any large specialty pizza at regular menu price. Whether you're feeding your family, your team, or yourself, get your next meal from your locally owned and operated Papa John's with a $6 1-top medium when you order any large specialty at regular menu price. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Actions speak louder than words. Japa Machinery Group puts your construction plan into action with XCMG construction machinery you need. Available for rental or sale. Learn more at japamachinery.com.
Hey, Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $500,000 on Mega Jackpots Ocean Bells? Think about the season tickets you could lock down with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Action Electrical's projects team takes the field, folks, ready to execute the entire play for new commercial builds.
Absolutely. They're masters of design, build, sketching strategy, from initial blueprints to core electrical infrastructure. The team never misses on complex projects.
Known for handling big league constructions and major renovations, ensuring flawless execution, hire the Action Electrical team to bring home a win for your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
Planning your next event? Let Loca Quality Market cater. From made-to-order meals to gourmet platters to full chef tasting experiences, they make entertaining effortless. Visit loca.ca to start planning today.
This hockey season, before every game, check out the pregame show with Andrew Walker on Sports 1440. It's brought to you by Titan Supply, your only source for rigging, lifting, and hauling products. Visit titansupply.ca.
I'm Rick Showers from No Bull RV. This is the time of year people make their New Year's resolutions. If they're lucky, they'll keep that up till February. So I propose another resolution. This year, resolve to be camp ready. Now, what do I mean by that? At No Bull RV, camp ready means never wondering if your RV will be ready for May-long weekend. You know it'll be ready because you made the decision back in the winter. You know now.
Is camp ready something I can get from No Bull RV?
That's right, Bob. Camp Ready is our 12-month RV maintenance plan. It includes winterization in the fall, startup in the spring, roof assessments every year, and all your scheduled maintenance. So when you want to get to the great outdoors, you already know you're Camp Ready.
How do I get to be Camp Ready, Rick?
We're starting small, Bob. Just 100 Camp Ready plans are available at No Bull right now.
And that's No Bull. NoBullRV.ca.
Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick with you here. Show brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at willhawkbeefjerky.com. We did ask you for a chance to win a $50 gift card to First Round. What's your favorite number? Could just be in general, could be related to sports or whatever. What is your favorite number? Text in to 1-833-401-1440 as we continue our quest to get to know the listeners of Fantasy Frenzy. And in the meantime, get you some great food down at First Round. Coming up next year, it is the Lowdown Flow Tide from noon till 2. It'll be Low Tide, Declan, Fenwick, and then who on a Friday? Steve Lansky will be by. I don't really know what else. I don't think we've seen the tweet yet. But I can tell you on the Jason Greger show today. It'll be a very fun one. Lorianne Munder's going to be by at 2:40. Wanye Gretz coming in from Oilers Nation. Colin Chalk, Bakersfield Condors head coach at 3:20. They'll have Cam Tate's 2-minute warning read by Jason. At 4:20, it'll be Craig Button from the NHL and TSN. 5 questions. Mark Spector will be by at 5, and then Low Tide, the host of the Lowdown Flow Tide, at 5:20. So make sure you keep it locked here on Sports 1440 throughout the rest of the day. Then tonight, you'll have Fox Sports Radio, keeping you up to date on all that goes on. And then tomorrow morning, it'll be, of course, the Saturday Sports Setup, followed by the basketball show, Fox Sports Radio, Hoop City, Paul Sir, and Josh Fenwick. And then at 7 o'clock in the evening, pre-game coverage with the Oilers set to take on the LA Kings, looking to make it 3 straight wins for the first time this season. It's January 9th. It's crazy. Retired bowler Ryan says it was 14 for Theo Fleury, but then when my dad passed, it is 9. Now my daughters wear it. Ooh, 9's a good number. I like that one as well. Almost any sport, it works. Sean says 7 and 12. John Elway, Jim Kelly. Those are my numbers. Sean, you quarterback? Those are 2 pretty good ones right there. Al Oliver wore 0 with the Expos from the rig. Like, who's wearing 0 in the NFL? Isn't linebacker with the Baltimore Ravens wearing it?
Patrick Queen?
Patrick Queen.
But isn't he with the Steelers now? Or was it the other way around?
I don't even know.
Didn't he go from or Roquan Smith?
Roquan Smith?
Maybe both of them are. But yeah, Josh just said Jahmyr Gibbs.
Jahmyr Gibbs, yeah.
Wearing Gio.
I don't know. It's not for me. Does Christian Gonzalez wear it for the Patriots?
Yes, I believe so.
Braylon Allen for the Jets. Did Zach Wilson wear it for the Dolphins?
Yeah, I think you're right. Great poll, Cons.
Did Keon Coleman wear it?
Yep.
Okay, not a great poll. This is just me reading it off the internet.
Wow.
Jonathan Cooper. Brian Burns. DeMar Vian Overshone. Almost every team has a guy wearing it, essentially.
Well, that's the thing about football. There's a lot of players.
There's a lot of players. Gabe Davis wore it with the Jags.
And now that you don't have restrictions on what number you can wear, free game.
I hate it.
It's so confusing.
Hand up, old man here. But like when I see Evan Ingram wearing number 1 at tight end for the Broncos, I'm like, what's going on? What are we doing here?
That's just not right.
Or like
that's unnatural.
Yeah, a defensive end wearing a single digit. Like, what's that kicker doing rushing the passer? Hate it. Anyways, I'll just.
Why is he so big?
Yeah, why? What's going on? Gibbs looked way better with 26. Yeah, like a running back should be in his 20s. That's always the best one. 30s, maybe. 40s if you're a fullback. But 26, sick number. 21, sick number. 22 even. Like Emmitt Smith, prime. Great. Greg says my favorite number is your mom's.
Not bad.
Not bad. Gonna make me cough here. Montana Rice said Christian McCaffrey in 23 looks so clean. Yeah, I'm a number snob. I think running backs,
which is weird
in the
because
20s.
you led this conversation by saying you never really cared about numbers for yourself, like
It's
what
true.
you were wearing playing sports, but you seem to really care about other people and the numbers they wear.
I do. Like in hockey, if you're a goalie, you got to be 1, 29, 30, 31, 35, 33. Yeah. Skinner was 34 or 74. That was kind of
40.
cool. Who's 40?
Dubnik.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That works. Defenseman?
20.
20?
Not for a defenseman, for a goalie. Tretiak, Nabokov.
Evgeny. See, I don't like that either.
19. The aforementioned
19. Like a skilled forward should be number 9. Well, actually, I don't know. Is 19 for a skilled forward or like a great two-way center? What do you think?
I think it could be either. Like like you said, it's just a top line center. Maybe he is great both ways, or maybe he's just a prolific scorer.
Like I always liked Ovi wearing 8 as an elite goal scorer.
Like when I think 19, my first two I think of are Sakic and Yzerman.
Of course. There has to be more.
But like, well, think about it, Connor. And the reason a lot of these that we have these associations with in hockey in particular, and it goes back to your football argument, is that originally, like they were assigned, right? The goalie wore number 1, the defenseman wore 2 through 7, and then forwards 8 through 18 or 20. That's how you got your number. And so like number 2, like 2 through 7, some of the best all time, and it just kind of stuck. Like those are quote unquote defenseman numbers. Obviously, Bobby Orr, Doug Harvey, Nick Lidstrom, some of the best of all time. Bork, before they retired Esposito's number, wearing 7, right? And then now we associate him just as much with 77, or at least I do. Yeah, it's kind of weird how that works, even though, once again, now you can wear whatever number you want.
MTR says, hockey doesn't bother me as much. And I'm with you. The new numbers in football I hate. Parsons wearing 1 looks so fat. I don't know about fat, but even like when he wore number 11.
Fat-looking number.
When he wore 11, I was like, what are we doing here?
What do you think about number 0? Because you talked about you don't like it, but guys like Coleman, Gibbs, Ridley, and maybe it's just because I associate the number with those guys, but I think 0 is a fast number.
It's kind of going that way, right? Like, even, like, I'll just go bring it back
Micah
to the Chargers.
Parsons wearing 1 is terrible.
Diane Henley wearing 0 at the linebacker spot. He plays fast. So I kind of get what you're saying here. Like 0 it seems to be a fast number. What about when we get defensive tackles, 6'6", 330, wearing number 0?
Fast.
I don't think it's going to look as good. Lance says, I want to be 18, Connor. Let people wear what they want. That's my moral dilemma, Lance. I want people to wear what they want, but some numbers just don't look good. Andrew says, I think the Sharks, Will Smith wearing 2 is sick. Actually, he said slick. I don't mind it. I think it's kind of cool to have like a skilled hockey player wearing a single-digit number. Like Ovi. Taylor Hall with 4. I thought it looks good. Babe Ruth was a pitcher, and he wore 3 because that's his position.
But number 3 is not. Number 3 is first base.
Is 1 catcher or is 1 pitcher?
1 is the pitcher.
2's catcher?
I'm trying to think. I know 1 and 2 are the battery, and then 3, 4, 6 is the shortstop. 7, 8, 9 left to right field. Tiger, don't read that text. Whoops.
Why not?
Because it was wrong.
Well, we read it already.
Yeah,
so.
too late, Tiger. Sorry, bud.
Here's the thing about our text line. If you send it in, there's a good chance I'm going to read
unless the first line says, don't read this on air, then it's probably getting read.
Yeah, 100%.
Don't put that at the end of a message, because sometimes we just start reading them blindly, and then all of a sudden we read it, and then don't read this on whoops.
Yeah.
Or if you don't want us to say your name, because maybe you don't want to get, we don't want to dox you at work.
which has happened a few
As the
times.
kids say, it has happened, unfortunately.
Don't say my name.
Put that at the start of the message. Lead with that.
Then we know. The rig says DeMarcus Lawrence in Seattle wearing 0. I would qualify him as a fast player
Sexy
too.
Dexy. Dexter Lawrence.
Dexter Lawrence.
Not to be confused with the player you just talked about.
DeMarcus Lawrence.
DeMarcus Lawrence.
Yeah. He does not wear number 0. Good player, though. Just on the topic of numbers and the Giants, Abdullah Carter, like, he could not get a number in New York, right? He wanted to wear like 56.
First
and
he asked
LT's like, nope.
First he asked Lawrence Taylor. Then he asked someone else, like another former Giant.
Yeah.
And they were just like, no, man, pick your own number.
Pick your own number.
Make your own legacy, man.
Which is funny because, like, on the Cowboys side of things, like, if you were 88, you got to make plays. You're
like Jerry Jeudy's telling when he drafts a big receiver, he's like, you should wear 88.
Yeah. CeeDee Lamb didn't want to wear 88, and then Michael Irvin kind of like persuaded him to do it.
Yeah, be the playmaker.
And he has been.
Who? Dez wore 88 there?
Dez wore 88 as well, yeah. I like that. It's kind of cool in college, too. Is it like LSU? Is it 22 or 6? Certain colleges, I think linebacker at USC, 55 after Seau. I think Willie McGinnis wore it. Kind of cool traditions in that sense. Cat Dad said, my favorite number is 10 because my birthday is October 10th and my first hockey jersey was 10. Brett going 77. I like that. Kent has a long number. I don't know if it means anything. 567-8309.
Isn't that the song?
It's from the song, yeah.
You don't realize it until you say it out loud, and then you just like start doing it in the beat.
Especially
naturally.
the 309 part.
Yeah.
Big Easy, 69 in high school football. What position, Big Easy? I bet you're a funny guy. Because to pull that one off, you got to be the funny one. You want to be number 1. Everyone else is second. From Glenn. Actually,
that's what they say.
Number 9 was my favorite. Gordie Howe. 9 is Gretzky. 9 is 1/2 of McDavid. Thanks, Pickles. 74. 74 week soccer in 1974. Germany, the Dutch got robbed. Big Bad Joe. Trav says, a fun fact about Sikora. Most 2-goal games without a Hattie. I wonder how many he had. Don't read this on air. You guys are doing an excellent job. Justin, of course we're going to read that on air.
Yeah. You don't think we're going to pat ourselves on the back?
Of course. MTR says Connor is basically Ron Burgundy. I feel like at times, for sure, like you're not supposed to read it. I'll just read it. Whatever. You put it there. That's the text line. If you don't want us to read it, I don't get why you're texting it into us. Just hold back. If it's, don't say my name, that's fine. We can give you a moniker. But other than that, Russell says no pitcher should ever be allowed to wear a single digit in baseball, like Manoah wearing 6 or Snell wearing 7 with the Dodgers. Who else wore 6? Stroman, the pitcher who blocked Strutty on Twitter.
Was Strutty being mean to him?
Well, I think he posted a video of himself working out, and Strutty replied like, yeah, everyone does this. Every professional athlete does this. And he blocked him.
Oh.
You're more of a...
Don't be a hater.
You're more of a baseball truther. Do you mind pitchers wearing single digits?
It definitely looks weird. 6 is kind of unique, though. It's one of the wider numbers. Bulbous at the bottom.
What?
Do not wear number 1.
What's the best pitcher number?
99.
No.
Baseball, I don't have the same, because the guys come and go so quickly, change numbers, whatever. I have no... I think any baseball player wearing number 1 looks weird. But other than that, I don't care. Wear whatever you want.
I like baseball because there's so many players on the team, too. They just have crazy numbers. I'd go 38. Oh, my goodness. We got a few texts coming in here that we can't read on air.
That one's from Walker.
Confessions. That is Walker, isn't it?
And also he said that I could fit 4 digits on my jersey.
On yours?
Seems like a fat joke. And I said that's an out-of-pocket comment.
Well, you're wide.
I'm very stout.
Cultivating
Strong.
mass. Yeah.
Very strong.
Did you say 6 is the wider number? Oh, boy. From Noel. You did say that. It's just as wide as any number.
Not number 1.
Okay, good point. But 8, they have the same base. 3,
9.
2, 9.
All right, I guess they're all the same except number 1.
Except for 1.
Got me.
Real gotcha.
Right hand up.
James from the Hood says, also, I think Kaprizov wearing 97 is not cool. You don't see any other 87s other than Sid. Kaprizov wore 97 in Russia, though, did he not?
And they came in the NHL at the same time.
Yeah.
So
he's a damn good player, too, though. So I don't mind it. HVAC Nick says, you guys haven't read any of my texts. What's going on? Connor's going to finish the year at least 10 points above Nate. He's a second half player. There you go, Nick. We got 2 of your texts in there today. Babe Ruth wore 3 because he batted third. Garrick 4th because he batted 4th. Prior to that, they didn't have numbers on jerseys. No name on that one, but there's the information about it. All right, music means we're done. Duke, you want to pick someone here for our prize winner?
Yep.
We'll do it off air, or
yeah,
we'll do it off air. Check your phones, guys. We're going to reach out to someone. We'll just need an email, and you'll have a $50 gift card to First Round. For the Duke and Josh Fenwick, thank you guys for tuning into the show today. We'll hand things over to Alan Mitchell coming up next. Let's get to a Sports 1440 sports update first, though, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Only available in the Duke. Here is the Duke.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Light night in the NHL, just 3 games. Chicago hosting Washington. Connor Bedard making his return to the Blackhawks lineup in that one. Kings are out in Winnipeg, and the Blues head to Utah to play the Mammoth. Lone game in the PWHL has Vancouver playing Ottawa, and coming up at 1 o'clock Mountain Time, Team Canada's women's Olympic hockey team will be unveiled on TSN. At the junior level, Oil Kings continue the road trip with a stop in Saskatoon. In the BCHL, Saints hosting Okotoks out in Spruce Grove, while Chilliwack plays the Crusaders in Sherwood Park. From the AJ, Devon, Drayton Valley, and Bonnyville, all with home games just outside the city. Toronto Raptors back at it tonight, taking on the Celtics from TD Garden. Tip-off at 5 o'clock. None of the games around the association, including Memphis hosting the Thunder. Knicks are in Phoenix, and Milwaukee plays the Lakers in the nightcap. Semifinal, number 2 college football playoff has the country's number 1 team, Indiana Hoosiers, playing Oregon in the Peach Bowl from Atlanta. That one kicking off at 5:30. And finally, collegiate sports in our city tonight. Bears and Pandas basketball hosting U of S at the Saville Center beginning at 6. Griffins men's hockey team hosting Trinity Western at the DCA. Puck drop at 7. And the Ooks men's hockey team also at home. They play Concordia. Puck drop at 6 from the Nate Arena. Coming up on Sports 1440, it is the Lowdown with Low Tide. I'm Brandon Douglas.